Hey, Shalom. Giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well over the flock. Shalom and salutation to you brothers out here pushing words of truth and sincerity. Shalom to all the Akim and the Aquab, scattered Israelites, paying attention to everybody. My brothers out the camera angle is good enough. It's the best I could do right now on the way to work. And the scripture I'm referring to, first and foremost, is Ephesians 6 and 11. It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. You go into that word wiles, it means schemes, tricks, plots. Alright? That's the devil, the deceiver, is a man. Alright? There's a spiritual entity and the spiritual forces. The scripture says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. So there's a spiritual manifestation of Satan, who is a spiritual entity, right, on the left-hand side of the Father, who the physical manifestation of the devil, of Satan on earth, is Esau Edom. It's Esau Edom. And that's the so-called white man today. The scripture tell you, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to stand against the schemes, the plots, the tricks, the devices, the entrapments of the devil. And as I'm listening to talk radio, because I don't really like to listen to too much music unless it's something I play, but I do listen to make a thing out of listening to talk radio. And what I've found is that they have every form of criticism against Jake, especially online in these forums. They have every form of criticism against Jake. They was talking about Brittany Griner and her not being able to come back home and it's worthless and this, that, and the third. And I agree on many points. Like, these celebrities get way too many clearances and all they do is wickedness and evil. I'm not support at all about Brittany Griner. She's a transformer. Alright? I hope that they send her to Serbia and then they serve her with the ultimate judgment. However, when you listen to these Edomites talk, they're very particular and correct and matter of fact about so many different topics, except the things that concern the uplifting of our people. Case in point, First Amendment always mattered to Esau. Always will be. Except when it comes to Hebrew Israelites on the corner. Or except when it comes to Kyrie Irving making his statements and Kanye making their statements about being of the 12 tribes of Israel. It is only so far your gun rights will go. Your gun rights, Second Amendment. They love Second Amendment. Except when it's about a coalition of Israel, so-called black men who are gun owners and supporting gun ownership amongst their communities. Right? Now, all of these laws, once again, they were made for them. However, we were 2/5 of a man or 3/5 of a man for certain of them. Other of those laws, we were just slaves. So it's codified and written in a way that protects their rights and it's not supposed to protect the rights of the people of America. But we, the people, were so-called white men. That was we, the people. That's who we were in we, the people of the Declaration of Independence. Now, as you can see, the scriptures tell you of a time in which we'd be serving our enemies for the one of all things. We have to not only be servants, but be smart servants to serve Esau's purpose. Here it is. You go to work and you have to physically, tirelessly build up Esau's society. Knowing that you're an Israelite, how do you deal with that? Well, the scripture tell you, be patient in all things, and patience possess your souls. You're supposed to be wise enough to understand. Give a hand to Esau because you're in captivity. Give a hand so that you can make your daily bread. Right? Right? The Lord set up the higher powers in Romans 13. It tells you he set up these higher powers for a reason. and they are not a terror to good works. Give a hand to Esau. If possible, be at peace with all men. However, to get back to the subject matter, it is possible to be at peace with somebody who is strategically and spiritually your enemy. And that just doesn't go for the lighter flesh or the lack of melanated people. That goes for our people as well, who have made themselves enemies of the truth. And so the need now is to understand what the wiles are. Some of these wiles, some of these tricks, some of these schemes of Esau Edom is that he wants to apply just law to his situations, but won't apply him. Here's another one, case in point. The other thing that they want to apply is, what about rap music? Here it is. Everybody, there's a TED Talk with an Edomite man, I think he was a pastor, and he's saying, how is rap music allowed to exist? Being that we have the I think it's the FDA or whatever administration that takes care of radio. You cannot say certain words and use certain language on radio. Case in point, Biggie Smalls made a song about his man that would rape kids and throw them over the bridge, grape children. Great. However, the part that was muted in the album or on the radio was blow up like the World Trade. Couldn't say that. And he also had as many statements. If you look this up, I did a show on it once. Google rap lyrics about Jews, about Jewish people. And what they'll say is, a lot of those words get blurred out. They never made it. Another verse of Biggie that got blurred out, he says, for the jackers, the jealous ass crackers in the... And he says, cops, I'll make you prove that it's bulletproof. They blurred out the cops part because they don't want people to get enticed against police officers. So they put the little sirens in that part. However, he said nigga and kill nigga, murder nigga 1,000 times, relentlessly. This is called hypocrisy in the highest form. And it's been going on in the society since the inception. But the man Jay Williams on ESPN, he said, I don't care if they fire me, right? But you got to look at all of these guys coming out of Hollywood or coming out of these organizations with, with one eye open. You got to examine them, scrutinize them, because they could just be shells. But what he said, his anger was towards the hypocrisy of it all, man. The hypocrisy of it all. The fact that we have been raised in a society that has been so hypocritical, we've normalized it. It's a part of our culture that let them get away with it. Further proving the comparisons between Esau Edom today, the so-called white man, and Cain. Cain was a vagabond and a fugitive on the earth. Even though he was a guilty man, you couldn't touch him. And the Lord put up a curse upon any man that touches Cain. You'll get 7 times the judgment that befalls on that man, that what you did to that Canaanite. That Canaanite. And so now we can see it. When you judge or persecute Esau the way Jake gets judged, what happens? They come down on you heavy and hard. And for the regular so-called white people out here, your ruler is the Jewish man of your people. That's your ruler. And they've been setting you up since day one. And y'all don't even understand it. How about the fact that they don't consider themselves white? That's why you see anti-whiteness here in America. That's their programs in operation. Many Jewish people come out and say, I hate white people. Why? Because they want to put the blame on only you and separate themselves from you. Even though the 70% of the slaves traded, the slaves brought over here in cargo slave ships, was brought over here by Jewish-owned slave ships. But they're going to put all the blame on you. So the time is over, man. The time is up. You're going to see the wiles of the devil. Be privy to him. Don't be hasty to make a judgment. If it's something serious, you got to pray and fast on it. If it's serious enough, pray and fast on it. Don't be stoppy in this truth. Use all your weapons. The scripture tells you, put on the whole armor of Yahweh. That's everything you got to utilize to be able to fight against the wiles of the devil. Seek counsel, watch the videos, understand, meditate on the scriptures day and night, prove all things, pray fast. Lord willing, this video is edifying. To the next time. Shalom.